So this is my thoughts on the COVID-19 vaccine. Um, I've been thinking like uh, people who have been dealing with things um, from the brunt of the storm. I use that as a metaphor. I reckon that's the right terminology to use. Dealing with the brunt of the storm from the beginning of this pandemic through all 2020. Many people have contracted it, tested positive, and there was no cure. And some people had to stay at home, be quarantined, and not knowing what was going to happen, how things was going to play out. You know, many lost their taste buds, having fever and shortness of breath and different things, but a lot of people didn't have to be hospitalized, so they battled at home. Whatever they decide to use. Well, some people, have herbal things they use and vitamins and supplements and nutrition and different things, trying to stay healthy. So with them being able to bounce back from that, fight through that, develop immunity, um, got back on their feet, uh, and got well without the help of any type of miracle drug, because there were no vaccines at that time. There was no cure, nothing like that. So people had to fight through it, well, through supplementation, through nutrition, whatever remedies they had to use, and prayer to God that they would live, and they fought through that. So my thing is, so those folk who have immunity now because they already had COVID, right, and bounce back. Now they have immunity. Okay, folks that was in the hospital, many died, but those that did survive, however the doctors treated them before the vaccines came out, the doctors did whatever the heck could do, and I know many people prayed and whatever the doctors did, and they came out of the hospital, got back on their feet. They develop immunity. Okay, those who have been through this storm, this pandemic, from the beginning up until now, those who I know they have been around people and been in uh, close proximity with people who had it, and they had to be quarantined or whatever. But make a long story short, a lot of people, they never got sick. So to me, they have immunity, because a lot of people never did get it, but they've been around. Well, they took care of their body, kept their immune system strong, exercise, whatever the case might be, wear their mask or whatever. If the mask really worked, I don't know. Many of us, we just done what we were told and did the best we know how. But nonetheless, these folk never got sick. Okay, so my whole thing is, why should these folk be vaccinated when many have fought, when they was at death's door, and bounced back without a vaccine? Men who was at home sick, didn't have to be hospitalized, but were sick, didn't know what was gonna take place, but they bounce back. They have immunity. Those who never got sick have immunity. Why should these folks be forced to be vaccinated if they don't want to? Now, my thing is, folks that want to do it, that's their choice. That's their decision. But I feel like many folks have immunity from going through it and bouncing back to those who have been exposed to it and never gotten sick. Okay, so why should they be vaccinated if they have immunity? Some might say, well, they carriers. Okay, they can have it and not know it, and they don't get sick and make somebody else sick. Okay, for those that the elderly and those that have compromised with their immune system, or whatever case might be, and they decide that they want to take it, that's their decision, that's their choice. They should be protected after they've taken a second vaccination. They should have full protection. They go around anybody. We shouldn't have to be convinced into this herd immunity that everybody got to be vaccinated for everybody to be safe. I just don't buy that. I just don't believe that. So these are just my thoughts. I'm thinking about putting this video up, but it may get taken down. But these are just my thoughts. This is just how I feel. You see. All right, that's all I want to say.